Hello, dear students. I am back with the next video, which is based on chapter Nationalism in India. That is the chapter number third of our history book for class 10th. This is the chapter number third, but the second chapter that related to Indo-China topic that has been deleted from our syllabus. So that is why now it is our second chapter. First chapter we have uh, studied, and that was the rise of nationalism in Europe. Now, as we studied the nationalism in Europe, same thing we will study about India. Same we will study about India, that what were the reason of becoming India as a nationalist country, or the feeling of nationalism created in the among the people of the India. And we will learn that who are our heroes and who played the important part in our independence. We will study about the different uh, we can say movements which make people aware about their independence, and I will tell some additional things to you also. We will discuss about those people also which are not mentioned in our book, but it is really very important for knowing about our past and our country. So, as we know, in one chapter we cannot mention all the people who are very important for our freedom. So let's start. We'll get to know. Okay, I will tell you point wise that what we are going to learn in it. Okay, first, the nationalism in India. As they are saying, as we have seen, modern nationalism in Europe came to be associated with the formation of nation states. It also meant a change in people's understanding of who they were, what defined their identity and sense of belonging. So, beta, if we talk about India's past, so we all know that India was very powerful country. Okay, we called this place Bharatvarsha, Hindustan. Okay, and then the British came and they named India. Okay, they named our country India. So before that, in the Mughalian period, before that in the Guptas, or in ancient time in India, so India was a very big empire. Okay, many of our kings, they ruled on India as one unit. Okay, so that's why India can be described as a country. Not India was not having the countries like or empires like in Europe. India was always seen as a one country. So as we can see here, so as we know, the story of nationalism in Europe was based on few heroes, few people which were very we can say those who played very important role in awakening of the people. They make people aware about the things. They many stories, songs, flags, these all things they happen in India also. Okay, so we will learn. So as we can see, as I told when I was teaching you about French Revolution in the last chapter, I told you that the same kind of books which was written by the Rousseau, or written by Montesquieu, so it also influenced Indian people to get their kind of revolution. But in India it was not very easy. In India, people were very poor, and they were not directly ruled by the kings, or sorry, ruled by the Britishan. Britishan ruled on them through the kings, and slowly they acquire all the system. You studied this in class 8th or ninth. So as we will go here in India, as in Vietnam, because you don't know about Vietnam because it is mentioned in the last chapter. That is we can say nationalism in Indochina. So as we can see here, there also in Vietnam, people came from outside of their country and they acquired their country. They occupy their country. Same thing British came to our country and they acquired all system. Okay, and it became very difficult for the Indian people to oppose them. So now, if personally I say, I am not uh, in the side of our history as it is written. Okay, so many aspect has been deleted, only few people made the hero, but as what we can see in our books, we have to mention it. So if we talk about our country, our whole nationalism idea was surrounded by only few people, mostly a very important person, that was Mahatma Gandhi. The Congress India, what they are telling in this book, ki India started getting their freedom or their independence in leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. What they are saying, the Congress under Mahatma Gandhi tried to forge their groups together within one movement, but the unity did not emerge without conflict. They said that Mahatma Gandhi was trying to gather people at one platform, कि भाई we have to fight for our independence. But we all know India was a huge country where many different ideas were there in the people's mind. So conflict was also there. Conflict, it means they were not thinking the same thing. Mahatma Gandhi's idea was non-violence idea. We all know about it. Few people were there who wanted to get freedom through violence and different ideas. In earlier textbook, as we have studied, we studied the growth of nationalism in India up to the first decade of 20th century. First decade of 20th century, it means around 1910 to 20. Okay, from 1920, study the non-cooperation civil disobedience movement will explore how Congress sought to develop the national movement, how different social groups participate in the movement, and how nationalism captured the imagination of people. So we can see here, then they are telling कि भाई in this book or in this chapter we will study about those activities which happened after 1915. What happened after 15? After 15, Congress, Mahatma Gandhi joined the Congress. Okay, and he played important part in our independence. He started many movements like non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement, okay, and other movements like Quit India movement. But in this book, I think we're not going to start that. So we will study about these movements, what were the reason to start these movements, what were the impact of these movements, and how these movement finishes. Okay, we will talk about that. It was we can say it was successful or not. We will discuss about that. Okay, I hope you understood that this is the only perspective that what we are going to read in this. Now as we'll go to the next page, we can see here many things, the like First World War, Khilafat movement, and non-cooperation movement. So we need to understand that what was First World War. What if the First World War was there? World War, it means the different country were fighting, like England, Germany, Italy, France, okay, Japan. These all countries were fighting in that. Okay, so what about India? India was also fighting. Okay, we'll have the answer of it. That was First World War. Then what is the meaning of Khilafat movement? What was the reason of behind that? And then we will study about this non-cooperation movement. What is the meaning of this and who started this? So firstly, we have to go little. Okay, we should start from here. In the year 1919, it means after 1919, what happened? The First World War finishes. The First World War started in 1914 and it was till 18. है ना. So what they are telling कि भाई we see national movement spreading to new areas meaning now city to rural areas, incorporating new social groups and developing new modes of struggle. New modes of struggle, it means now people have the different ideas to protest. First they protest, British came, beat them, sent them jail. Now new idea came. How do we understand these developments? Okay, what were the implications did they have? How we reached to 1919 when people have the new idea of doing protest? How this idea came and what was the impact of these new ideas, है ना? So we'll learn. First of all, the war created a new economic and a political situation. Which kind of situation, bhai? When a country, very easy to understand this, when a country is busy in any war, so they only supply everything to their army, है ना. So when they supply everything to their army, they concentrate to their army, everything is there, so our economic condition become very weak. So who was ruling on India, the British were ruling, and British were the main counterpart of, we can say, British were the main head role they were playing in First World War, because they were the most powerful country that time. So their whole idea, the whole mind, whole concentration was to up to the war, and they did not give their attention towards the economic situation. Economic situation, it means all factory close, this kind of thing happened. So this created new kind of economic situation. Britain become little, we can say, economic power it was, but now they were not economic power. Slowly their power came down. Political situation, so they need help of Indian people. They it means the British needed help of Indians. Okay, it led to the huge increase on defense expenditure. As I am telling you, huge defense expenditure, it means they need more and more army, they need more food for army, they need more arms, they need more guns, more tanks, and other different things, more money. So when British wanted more money, from where they will get the money? They will get the money from the slaves. Slaves means Indians. Indian means our farmers. So they impose extra taxes on our farmers, on our citizens. So what they did, they that time they took the loan from the different countries, na, for fighting the war. So they impose new custom duties. Custom duty means taxes. So new taxes introduced for Indians. So when, by just imagine, you are earning 100 rupees. Before war you are giving 30 rupees to your government. Now they impose the tax, and now they are saying it is double. Now out of 100, 60 rupees you have to give to your government. Now only 40 you are having. You are very we can say you are very poor when you are earning 60 rupees, 70 rupees. Now you are having only 40 rupees. So you will start dying. People will start dying. Okay, so same thing happened. So the British imposed new taxes. When I'm just telling you these things, na, so like kinds of thing, when you listen these things, your goosebumps should be there. Okay, I'm not only just teaching you, I'm just telling you the situation of that time. So just how cruel they were, the people were there. Okay, what they did, they imposed the taxes on our country's people, and they actually, the taxes were doubled. I'm saying 30 plus 30, 60. Now people were having only 40 bucks to eat, and that time the crop was also not good, है ना. The crop was also not good. So what happened then? In 1918, 19 and 1920 to 21, crop fails in many part of India. People were not having the money, and people were not having anything to eat. So what happened? Just can you imagine? Here they are telling In 1921, around 12 to 13 million people they lost their life. 12 to 13 million people. This is government government number, and you know which government tells us, and that time British government, around double. You can easily imagine, around double. So it is around 26 million. You know how much 26 million? Around 2 crore and 60 lakh people. Okay, they were died due to starvation. Starvation, it means hungerness, famine, epidemics, many, we can say, diseases were there that time. In 1918, that Spanish flu also come. So now what world is seeing right now, in whole world around right now, when I'm recording this on 1st June, so you can see around 3 lakh 70,000 people are died. It is very sad to know. Okay, but just think, in whole world 3 lakh 60 or 70,000 people are died, and world is saying that it is pandemic. It means very bad situation for the whole world. In that time, in a country where 2.6 crore people were died just because of the cruelness of the government. Okay, how can we forgive them? Okay, but after all that, people didn't do anything. Okay, so one more thing, what I told in the starting, that was the situation of country that time. Just think, one thing more, one highlighted word you can see here, very interesting thing I will tell. Okay, force recruitment, it means to send someone into any job. Okay, so that is called recruitment. Forced recruitment, it means forcefully someone sent to any job. Which job that time? What British needed that time? British needed army. Okay, so what they did, they captured the people from the different state of our country: Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra. All state they captured the young people and send them into army without any formal training. They were there for only having the bullet on their chest. Okay, can you imagine what is the number of Indian army this time? This time, India's total army strength is 13 lakh in present in 2020. 2020. And now, do you know that time, in between 1914 to 1918, how many people were fought for British India from India? Okay, do you know? Around 25 lakh. It is a double of this time present army. So around 25 lakh people fought for British government in different part of Europe. They died there for British India, British government. Okay, so that was the situation of that time. Okay, nobody will tell these things. They hide everything here in this one word: forced recruitment. Okay, so people were very angry. Only one line they have written here. One big article should be written on this topic. One big article should be written on this topic, but they did not write. It is not their agenda. Just leave. The idea of Satyagraha. Now, wow. Okay. So forced recruitment you can see here also. Now, very important person of India, he came back to India 9 January 1915, Mr. Mahatma Gandhi ji. Okay, his name was Karamchand Gandhi. Oh, sorry, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. His name was. Great personality. He came from South Africa. Okay, so in South Africa, what was he doing? So in the age of 13 year, he was got married. Then he went to England. Then he studied there for law. That time I don't know how all the people studied law. So he came to India. Then he started his barristry. Barristry means he became advocate. Then he got a case,
uh, and he went to South Africa for fighting that case, because South Africa was also under the British government, na. So same law here, there, everywhere. So he went there to fight that case. He found some situations, something happened in his life, and he stayed there. He did not come to back India. Next 18 years. Okay, then he came to India in 1915. And why these people are waiting for him when he came? Okay, sorry, it is wrong. It is in the next picture I will tell. Okay, but it is same as they are waiting now. So people were also waiting India for Mahatma Gandhi, because he became famous in South Africa by using his new idea of protest, that was Satyagraha. Satyagraha, it means uh, request for truth, request for rights. He thought that if we request to our enemies, enemy, because he did not call them enemy, but if we protest against our enemies in a very nice manner, by sitting somewhere by hungry stomach, with a hungry stomach, so they will become changed. The people which were exploiting us, they will become changed. So it was the idea of Satyagraha. So he fought very successfully in South Africa. So where he fought in South Africa, na, uh, the Indian people and the African, those people, na, who were the natives, native, the people of real resident of South Africa, though those people were not having any right. They were treated as animals. So he fought for their rights, and then he became famous globally. So he came back to India. People were not having any leader that time in India. So people were expecting, people had this thought that this person will come to India and will change our life. So that's why people were waiting for this person. Okay, so what was idea of Satyagraha? Without seeking vengeance or being aggressive, a Satyagrahi could win the, what he will win the battle. Okay, through non-cooperation, non-violence. Okay, this could be done by appealing to the consciousness of the oppressor. A person who is suppressing us, he will become very nice person after doing this non-violence protest kind of thing. So people, including the oppressor, had to be persuaded to see the truth instead of being forced to accept truth through the use of violence. By this struggle, truth was bound to ultimately triumph. Mahatma Gandhi believed that the dharma of non-violence could unite all Indians. He was right. So he thought that time कि भाई, if we do this satyagraha, if we do the non-violence, and we request to British again, okay, give us this right, give us this right. So step by step, we can make them weak, and a day they will leave our country. Okay. After arriving in India, Mahatma Gandhi successfully organized Satyagraha movement in various places. He became very famous in India. As he came to India, na, very important aspect for in the sight of your exam. This paragraph, very important. By the map also, map always come from this one number map. You can fix it today. After arriving Mahatma Gandhi to India, na, so he traveled to Champaran. Champaran is a very small place in Bihar. I found this, we can say, pleasure to went there. My friends are there. Champaran is very backward today also. Today the people are very backward. Just think of before 100 years what was their situation. So he traveled to Champaran, Bihar. Why? There, British people forcefully told the people of Champaran to do the farming of indigo. Okay, people did not want to do, so they were exploiting them. So he went there, he fought for them. That time he was alone, no army, no, it means no supporter, nothing was there, he was alone. After that he went to Kheda. Kheda, a district in Gujarat. He went there. He fought for the, we can say he fought for the people which were doing the protest in, we can say, in the leadership of Vallabhbhai Patel. I hope you all know about Vallabhbhai Patel. He was the first deputy prime minister of India, and he was the first home minister of India. Okay. And okay, so that time the Kheda people, they were protesting against British in the leadership of Vallabhbhai Patel. After that, what happened? He reached to Ahmedabad, again in Gujarat, where the cotton mill workers were doing the protest. So he also supported them, and these three, we can say, these three movement become successful, and this movement changed the life of Mahatma Gandhi. This changed the life of Indians. If these three movement were failed, that time Mahatma Gandhi became flop, but he became hero for the country. Now everyone was looking at him with the sight of hope. Okay, then he will change our country. He will change everything. So then, in next part, we will know that what happened. Did he change the life of our country or not? Okay, we will know about First World War little more. We will know about Khilafat and non-cooperation. So I hope you will like this. So first time I am saying, if you will reach to the end of this video, subscribe my channel, like the video, or comment your questions. Thank you so much.